So what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. How are you all doing? I'm doing great, thank you. Thank you for asking. I know everyone's wondering, and I'm just going to tell you. But today, I am going to be taking a look at the very last of the ciphers within Gorod Krovi. You may be thinking, Eli, what the hell are you doing? The game's been out for almost a month now. Why have you not covered all of the ciphers yet? One, because a couple of them, we still have a few more that I haven't done, are pointless. Honestly, I will show you guys in just a second, and they don't really mean anything. And two, because I haven't fully got my head around this one, and it's quite a big one to explain, and I've been spreading the ciphers out. So I thought, you know what, this one is very important to our storyline. I can't miss it out. For the people who haven't seen it yet, or if you have, I'm going to put my take and explanation on it. Hopefully you enjoy the video. Today, we are going to be taking a look at extracts and information from the Kronorium. This is an artifact that we recently found out about later on into our Black Ops 3 zombie storyline. In fact, we now know that it is a book. Some people before thought maybe this was a place, maybe this was some other type of artifact, but no, the Kronorium is an ancient book. I mean, here's a quick example. I did say I would show you guys one of these ciphers in Gorod Krovi, but this is it. When you translate it, it says things to get and do. Basically, it's just a things to do list, and it says duct tape, rope, eggs, finish reading that book, which is probably the Kronorium, Plutari, nails, saw, world domination, bleach, compressor onions, and a boiling bag. So, you know, we kind of had some odd ciphers within the game. So when I say I haven't covered all of them, I mean, you know, the one or two like this. But anyway, let's get into the main one. Let's take a look at the extracts and pages from the book of the Kronorium. Kronorium Excerpt B. To allow quick travel between dimensions, the Keepers created a transference device which is powered by the ether. The Keepers have placed structures throughout the realms. So we know the Keepers, and as Richtofen has said before in quotes, are able to travel. This also includes the apothecons, it seems, without the aid of the teleporters. Whereas, you know, characters like us and Deir Azadracha we use teleporters to travel around. Richtofen lately, as you've been seeing, has been using the Rift. And to learn about this, to learn how to travel without the aid of the teleporters, Richtofen learnt this from reading the Kronorium. And this excerpt is telling us that the Keepers have created a transference device which is powered by the ether, and they use that combined with structures they place throughout the realms to travel between different universes and travel from place to place. So the Keepers have put these kind of structures or objects, maybe beacons or places where they can land. So that explains how the Keepers are able to move around. The next is Kronorium Excerpt 654-371979. Once the Great War ended, with the defeat of the apothecons, the Keepers ascended to become the wards of all universes. The surviving apothecons were cast out, banished to the dark ether beneath creation. After eons of exile in the dark ether, the apothecons evolved into twisted creatures that now bear little resemblance to their Keeper brethren. The apothecons' ceaseless desire to re-enter creation, to consume and corrupt all universes, but it is the Keepers that guard against these perpetual attempts to re-enter creation, and guard against the beings that may have fallen under the influence of the apothecons. This excerpt relates to a ton of things within our zombie storyline. In fact, to fully understand what's going on, this is a great help. It first tells us that the Great War ended with the defeat of the apothecons, and we can see this in the Shadows of Evil crypt. Beneath the city, we see this wall that shows us the battle, the end of the battle of the apothecons, where they were defeated by the Keepers and Primus. The apothecons were defeated, but there were still some left, and the surviving apothecons were cast out. They were banished to the dark ether beneath creation. And we know under the city in Morgue City of Shadows of Evil, deep down below, our 4 Shadows of Evil characters open this wall, allowing the apothecons to be free from a place they have been kept for a very long time. The surviving apothecons were cast out to this location beneath the city. In the game, we opened it, we freed them, and now you can see they are back. It says, after eons of exile in the dark ether, the apothecons evolved into twisted creatures that now bear little resemblance to their Keeper brethren. As we know, at one time, the apothecons were the Keepers. At one time, there were only Keepers, there were only good. But once the dark ether took the mind of some of the Keepers, once it started to creep its way in and twist the mind of some of the Keepers, they then became apothecons. But as you can see, those apothecons now bear little resemblance to what they once were, which which was keepers. But as it says, we still know the apothecons still want to consume and corrupt all universes, but it is the keepers that, like they have been for many years, guard us against their preparatory attempts to re-enter creation. And again, this explains what is happening in Shadows of Evil. The keepers have been there for many years until our characters come and basically start to mess things up. The keepers have been protecting the summoning key, keeping the apothecons at bay under the city. And then we have Kronorium excerpt 27101-978. The life force from the dead world allows the bearer to follow with all creation. This is talking about the summoning key. The bearer, as we know, is Richtofen, and he has the power. We know the summoning key can do many great things. It is the most powerful artifact within the world, or within each and any other universe, as the Shadow Man says. So think of what Richtofen could do with this if he wanted. We know right now he has released the souls and given them to Maxis. And then the final excerpt is 349561223. The summoning key is one of the oldest artifacts in all creation. It was used by the first to mix all the dimensions with life, giving each one its unique balance. Under certain circumstances, it has the ability to form bridges between dimensions, allowing the transfer of life forces back and forth. It resides in the 63rd dimensions of creation. So we already knew the summoning key was one of the oldest artifacts in all creation, but it's telling us that it was used by the first one to mix all the dimensions with life, giving each one its unique balance. But the interesting thing is, it says the first, meaning, in my head at least, the first person to ever have existed brought the summoning key along with them, kind of like they created it. Think of your god creating the world, the earth, and then creating these many other earths and universes around, and then using the summoning key to mix all of these dimensions with life, putting people on them, but also giving each and every universe its unique balance. It's not only a weapon that can be used to collect people's souls, but it can also be used to create these universes as you wish, give each and every universe life, and make them all different. And it says, under certain circumstances, it has the ability to form bridges between dimensions, allowing the transfer of life forces back and forth, which we know it has the ability, or this is telling us in simple terms, to travel between dimensions. So that's a quick insight into the Kronorium, but actually gives us a load of interesting information. I'd actually love to explain and look into this a bit more in the future, but right now there's not too much more we can do, though I do believe we are going to be getting more. But from what we thought we knew about the summoning key, this actually tells us that there's a lot more to it than just, it's one ability or, couple of abilities that we know already. You could see from this, there is so much more to it. And being the most powerful artifact in any universe, you would think so too. This also tells us about the apothecons, the keepers. So it's definitely very interesting. If you have enjoyed the video, if you've learned something new, then leave a like rating. You guys and I, wait, what? You guys know how we do it around here. Make sure you're subscribed to the Zombies channel, and I will see you all within the next video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.